inside of you. The world would not be what it is without you. When we begin to create change within us, we begin to create change in the world around us. Your journey to becoming your best self as the whole person starts right now.
Hi, and welcome to the Rise Up For You podcast. I'm your host, Leanne DeSanto, and I'm so excited to be with you here today. And I'm excited to also be going live on our Rise Up For You Facebook page as we do this interview in real time. So super excited about that. And as always, you can find our podcast on all the major platforms. So don't forget to subscribe and also like our Facebook page so you know when I'm going live and you can join in on the conversation. Now, as always, our podcast is here to serve you and stand alongside your journey to becoming your best self. So if you haven't grabbed your free Becoming Your Best Self startup kit yet, you can do that in a couple ways. You can go to our Rise Up For You Facebook, our Rise Up For You website and grab it there, or you can text Rise Podcast to 797979. That's Rise Podcast, all one word, to 797979, and you'll be supported both personally and professionally. Now, today's guest is Holly Katz. Now, after earning her fashion design degree, Holly started working on the business side of fashion in New York City. During almost a decade in garment production, costing, and design, she decided to break into the styling industry and attended the School of Style in Manhattan. After that, she relocated to Atlanta to start her own styling business. And today, Holly Katz Styling boasts an impressive client list, including celebrities, television networks, ad agencies, photographers, and magazines. Holly is also frequently invited to give presentations to major corporations looking to polish their staff's professional image. Now, also, you can catch her on her new Fashion Crimes podcast, where Holly and her fashion partner in crime spill the tea on industry secrets, call out fashion criminals, and interview top influencers and guests that shape the fashion world today. Please welcome Holly to the podcast.
Hello. Hey, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Super excited for our conversation today. So go ahead and share a little bit about yourself, Holly.
Well, I am a personal stylist. And I didn't always want to be a stylist. I wanted to be a fashion designer in New York City. And I said, I'll just move to New York City and be a fashion designer. Mm-hmm. And I did every job in fashion but design. And I have a lot of experience in garment construction, pricing and costing, and working with fabrics and trims and things like that, which actually leads me to be a great shopper. And I didn't really want to work in the retail industry because I had done that previously. And I just decided, what do I want to do? I want to be a stylist, but I don't really know what that means. So I went back into New York and I took some more classes and I got certified in menswear styling and fashion styling, wardrobe styling, personal styling. And what I love, and all of those are different facets of the industry, working on set in movies or videos or doing fashion shows and things like that. So what I enjoy doing most is personal styling. And personal styling is absolutely exactly the same as a personal trainer, right? I come in, I figure out what you need, what you want, what's blocking you, what's holding you back. And then we go through that and I sort of sharpen your image as far as what your life phase is, what your industry is, what you need, what you want, what your budget is. So that's where I am now. I have quite a few clients that, depend on me to tell them the truth, and I always say I'm the best friend that you never needed, that you always needed, that you never knew that you needed. Right. And I'm not here to sugarcoat things. And it's not about you're fat, you're skinny, you look good, you look bad. It's not about that. It's what are your goals, right? If your goal is to get to the next position and you're not there yet, let's figure out this section of your life so you can give what you give best, which is your office skills or whatever your industry is, right? Style and fashion should take up 5% of your brain because everything in your closet, you like it, you know where it is, and it fits, and when you have these blocks like laundry and financial blocks, like I can't afford it, or no one's ever told me I look bad, so I must look good. It's kind of that self-awareness where just using me as an example, I think I look good, but I want to look better. I always want to look better. And it doesn't mean you're superficial or you're vain. It just means my style is evolving with my age. And I always want to look like I know what I'm doing. And I want to command respect when I come into the room. If that's what you want, then that's what we do.
Nice. Oh, because I have so many questions swirling in my head. Because there's so much. I love that it sounds like what you're saying is your business, of course, is yes, the mechanics of the closet, the clothes, but also like the mindset, like who are you? How do you want to show up in the world?
Correct.
Right? Yeah.
And whatever your block is, whatever your story is, it's never about the clothes. Ever. Sometimes it is, but it's really rare when it's about the clothes. And I always say, if I line up 100 women, and I style men too, but not as many. If I line up 100 women, 20% of those women, they got it. They look good. They know what to do. Their makeup looks good. Their hair looks great. They're in style. They know what to do. They got it. 60% of those women are in the middle, right? They look good, of course. Maybe they like to shop. Maybe they hate to shop, but they don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. They don't know, push comes to shove. Sure, they can put an outfit together, but it takes so much time and effort for them that it's too hard, right? But they're complacent. Maybe they've worn the same style for 20 years. Maybe they're stuck. Maybe, they don't know any other brands. They don't know how to evolve, right? And so they're kind of in that middle ground. That last 20% don't care. They'll never wear makeup. They'll never change. They'll never. That's not my customer. My bulk of that customer is that 60% of, yeah, I look good, but I don't know what to do. And I'm the same size I was 10 years ago. You're telling me I can't wear the clothes I have from 10 years ago. So what do I do now? Like, I don't know what to do. And and again, it's not good. It's not bad. It's indifferent. If people don't show you, then you don't know. And you don't know what you don't know. I'm not a freaking rocket scientist either. Okay. No one showed me how to do that, but it's not your fault that you don't know, because this is a life skill that if your parents don't know, then you don't know. And it's very rare when you come from, your parents were, whatever they were, and fashion or clothes or image wasn't important to them. So you kind of grow up like, I think this is okay. And that's how you go through life. When you leave, you're like, I guess, but I keep you from grasping at straws. I show you, this is where you live right here. This is what your budget is. This is where you should be shopping. This is, what you should be spending, according to your budget and how much you're making.
Nice. So when you start with someone, is it, because I know you talk about like closet organization, as well as you talk about their body type and what would be the best, look for them and that type of thing. And how was all that received, right?
Right. And people are, there's two kinds of people that throw themselves on the railroad tracks and they're like, do me, way overdue. They've known for years, like, oh my God, I've been looking for someone like this, or I have someone in a store that's helping me, but I don't know, I don't know. Right. Or when that push comes to shove, maybe you got a new job, you got a divorce, you had a baby really late in life, or you're tired of feeling, you look in the mirror every day and you're like, this is as good as it's going to get. And you're sick of feeling that way. And that way you're overdue. And and then you keep saying, I should call her, but I don't have time and I can't spend money, whatever your story is. Everybody's got a story.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about closet organization, because people may be listening that, feel they have a pretty good wardrobe, but what could help them to either be prepared faster or, put things together?
Well, closet organization is the number one block. It's the number one thing, because people are afraid to let go of things because of the money. Well, I spent a lot of money on that. Or they overshop and they buy things and they still have the stuff with the tags on it. Well, I bought that and I spent good money on it, but I haven't worn it yet. And they don't know how to overcome that, right? And like I said, the laundry is such a big deal. If you don't have a laundry system, meaning if you don't do the laundry a certain day or know how it gets washed and then back in your closet, and a
Right.
lot of people don't, that is a block too, because then you're either living out of laundry baskets, you don't have that present energy, kind of like it says your bedroom should be your zen space, kind of like that. If you don't set your closet up like that for success, then you're digging, you're grasping. Well, I have these, I don't know if they fit. You don't have time to do that. I mean,
Right.
you don't have time to figure out what fits and what doesn't fit. You should only have what fits and what works. So it's difficult to go through life like that because you're wasting time. You're wasting time. And you know, dealing with COVID is a whole nother issue. I'm talking about like pre-COVID, right? So
yeah, with COVID, you know, yeah, we don't have to wear pants anymore. So
right.
I do have pants on, I promise.
I have a dress on, so we're good. We're safe. We're safe.
We're safe. Well, let me ask you. So a friend of mine was a manager for actors, and she would recommend to her actresses, especially, that, you know, we're going on multiple casting calls, right? It's like quick, like you're going to be there in an hour, that type of thing, right? Instead of like fumbling through, what do I wear? You know, she would have them have the outfit put together, like the suit, the the jewelry hanger, like that's, you know, 4 or 5 outfits ready to go. Do you recommend that type of organization? It
depends on your personality. If you are type A, I have worked with people that literally label their drawers. I mean, they have to know what goes with what goes with what. I like to push you out of the nest a little bit, meaning when we clean out your closet, done, give away all the stuff that's not serving you. And then when we have the new stuff, I do put outfits together. That is an option, but you can't make a mistake. This goes with this, goes with this, goes with it. You can't make a mistake because I've already done all the cleaning out for you. I like you to choose your own, but some people want me to take pictures. Some people want a little lookbook. Some people want, it just depends on your personality. You can do it that way. I think that people don't give themselves the credit to be able to pick out their own stuff, but it does work for someone who's super busy or travels all the time, or they're not quite sure what to do and they have to be ready in a hurry. Then that does work for some people.
Right. So it's individual. It's customized what you do.
It's absolutely, it's custom.
Their personality, their, you know, like you said, A types might want something different than people that are more laid back.
Right. I mean, you know, some people, and like I said, most people can do it. I just have to show them what to do and then they fly. And you know, it's hard for people who don't have that creative vision, and shopping is a huge block for people because it's too intimidating. It's too scary. I mean, the department stores do the best they can to put together the merchandising and the color stories, and this goes with this, goes with this. But if you can't see beyond the racks, it's hard to figure out what goes with what. And again, I've been around fashion, style, and clothes my whole life. I see the world that way. I see the world through style and clothes. A lot of people don't. So I don't fault people for not knowing how to do that, because you have to be shown. But style can be learned. It is not that hard. And people think it's so hard that it's an untouchable, or you have to be a celebrity, right, to afford it. Or you have to be, you know, a certain kind of person or make a certain amount of money. And you just don't. It's just not true. It's just not true.
Now, there's a lot around, you know, especially for entrepreneurs, is dress for your branding. You know, like if your brand colors are this, then you should have this in your wardrobe, and present yourself based on, you know, again, the message you want to put out in the world, right?
Right. Well, the thing is that it's just not that cut and dry.
Right.
You know, it's true, right? But people don't know what that is. So I start at zero. My clients know very minimal about fashion and style. They do, but they don't, right? And I don't work with high-end clients. I mean, I can and I will, but I normally work with people who just don't know, right? And so where I'm going with that is that it's important to figure out what you like. When I ask people, well, what's your style? Well, I don't have a style. Well, what do you like? Well, I don't know. We start at zero, right? What do you like? What speaks to you? We look at pictures. We look at do you think this is cool? Do you think this is, what do you think about this look? Do you think that you could do that? Do you think you could pull this off? And then they start to warm up a little bit. Yeah, I do like that. Actually, I would wear that. Actually, this looks amazing, but it wouldn't look like that on me. Well, and then that's where they build the story. I can't.
Right. But are there some, basic rules if you're working with a woman who's 5'10" and a woman who's 5'2", certain skirt lengths, certain, cut of the jacket. There's certain things that I would assume that work better on different statures. Is that something?
There is, but a lot of those rules are kind of out the window because it's all about your body type. So you're identifying your body type is number one, and that's what we do. Are you, it's just where you carry most of your weight. Are you top heavy? Are you bottom heavy? Or are you thick in the middle? That's it. And you can be neither. You can have no curves. And if you don't have any curves, then we create that with clothes. We create the illusion of curves. If you're like, a stick, right? But once we identify the body type, then we start talking about undergarments. It's just like building a recipe. You want to make a cake, you got to have eggs, butter, blah, da, 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 right? You cannot skip anything if you want to have a cake that somebody's going to eat. And creating an outfit is no different. You cannot skimp on your undergarments or not know what size bra you are or what type of shapewear you need. It doesn't work. You can try all day long. It doesn't work. I said to my client the other day, when is the last time you were fitted from a bra? She said 3 years from never been fitted for a bra. And again, this is a life skill, just like brushing your teeth. If you don't know and no one's ever told you, then you go through life and you don't know.
Right.
So, and then we have the opposite problem with women who are really, really small. They think they can get away with it. It doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. I can just wear a sports bra, or I don't have to wear underwire, or whatever your story is. That doesn't matter. You are not disqualified just because you're an A. Sorry. I've worked with women with mastectomies before, and she said, and when you get a mastectomy, they give you like a little insert. Fine. And she said, well, I just don't do it anymore. I said, well, you're about to start. You have one left. Let's keep it moving. Like, you don't get to not do that, but it's a hang up for a lot of people. So we start there, and then we go to address the individual needs. But every person, man, woman, and child, goes through body type with me and undergarments. If you're a man, it's what underwear are you wearing? Right? That matters. It does. What are you wearing? These boxers that are coming out of your pants or that are too bulky underneath, right? Are you wearing an undershirt? Because guess what? If you're a grown man with a hairy chest, you have to wear an undershirt. I'm sorry. You cannot just not do that. And it doesn't have to be all the time, but these are the things that I'm teaching people. Socks are a big one for men. They wear sports socks with the wrong shoes. And again, because no one's ever told them.
Sure.
Those are just some examples. So
yeah. Well, that's good, right? Because it is all about the presentation that you want to present, right? Those little details, if you don't know, like you said, never been taught, then it's important to know,
Right.
But yeah, no, absolutely. What about I hear these different rules about what to throw out in your closet, right? If you haven't worn it for 6 months, get rid of it. If you haven't worn it for a year, get rid of it. Again, is it more individual that, okay, maybe you haven't worn it in a year, but you're going to, when you meet with somebody, you kind of reintroduce it like, hey, you have this great staple white blouse. This can be done with this,
there's no set time, but if you've never worn it and it's been a really long time, there's a reason why you haven't worn it.
Right.
And that's what I dive into individually. We sit there. Believe me, I get a lot of tears. Okay. And, you have this shirt. It's great. It's not great. Why haven't you worn it? Well, I thought it. And the number one reason, well, it was on sale. And so I have a whole lecture on shopping, and I call it shopping forward and shopping backward. right?
Mm.
Shopping forward is shopping for your body type. Shopping backwards is, hey, it's on sale. I'm just going to get it because it's a good deal. And ooh, I love this color. A lot of people get hooked on color. Well, I love this color. I love this color. I love this color. I don't care if you love the color. It might not be the right shape for you. So
Mm.
that is, and then when you're going through a big box store and you're going through the racks and you're trying to get something cute on the whim, that's where you end up stuff not wearing it with the tags on it because
Mm.
ooh, you got it on sale and you're not shopping with intention and you're not shopping with purpose. So
No.
that's a whole nother podcast.
A whole nother podcast.
It's shopping with purpose.
Yeah. Well, that's great. And that's such a great tip, right? It's shop with purpose, shop with intention. Don't, we all believe a lot of us shop emotionally, right? So we
That's
get
right.
something and it's like, oh, I love that. And yeah, I mean, I've done it. I've been guilty of it,
I mean, me too. You don't go to the grocery store when you're hungry, right? And you don't shop when you're just trying to kill time. I mean, you can get ideas, of course. You can see things you like, you can take pictures, you can do whatever, but don't buy stuff just to buy it because you think it's a good deal. That's not the right way that's backwards.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I want to jump to our power questions here in a sec, but one more thing I thought about is it seems like the whole world is way more casual now, right? It's not
Very.
like business suit, casual Friday came in, whatever, 20 years ago, and it's just morphed into, I mean, never mind COVID and what's going on now, but in
Right.
general, it's been more casual. I see my daughter and her friends, everyone's in sweatsuits and super casual, I mean, I dressed up and wore heels to high school and they're all like,
Oh, right. Very different.
yeah. So is there a way to also, be casual, but be stylish too?
I like to call it elevated casual.
Hmm.
And I don't know if I stole that from someone or I just heard it or if I just made it up. I'm not really sure, but it's elevated casual. If you're going from your bedroom to your kitchen or your office, right? It is being dressed, but not uncomfortable. No one's telling you have to have on high heels under your desk. Nobody's looking at you, right? Like they would in an office. However, it's important that you don't give up because you're at home, right?
Right.
And before COVID, I do corporate styling presentations where I talk to companies about dress code. What is business casual? Before people even knew what COVID was, people don't know what business casual is. Period. Exclamation point. End of sentence. They do not know. And it's because the blurred lines are so difficult because you can wear this, but you can't wear that. And you can and people don't know. They don't know. So they're trying and they're grasping at straws and it's hard anyway.
Right.
This is what my big lecture is right now. You might not be going back to work today or in 6 months, but guess what? You're going back to work, right?
Right.
I would say 60% of people are going to go back to work eventually, right? So when you are out of practice, that really hurts yourself. You're doing yourself a disservice, right? So keep trying, but make sure you're comfortable. Cashmere joggers are really in right now. That's an amazing look, super cute. You can wear it with great tennis shoes. You can wear it with booties. You can wear it with a leather jacket. There's so many different ways that you can dress that up or down. I love dresses. I'm wearing a dress right now. That's comfortable to me. I'm guilty of not putting my feet on the floor. I like to sit cross-legged because that's important. That is comfortable for me. So I like to wear, really nice leggings that are not considered workout leggings, right? And I can do that. And it's all about the fabric. So this kind of fabric is not workout and this kind of fabric is. And that's, there's a whole nother, thing about fabric that I talk about. So what's cheap versus what's expensive, right? If you go to TJ Maxx and it's $12, there's a reason why it's $12.
Right.
And so that's what I teach people.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. I love your energy and you're kind of in your face like, hey, this is what you need to do.
Right.
You need to hear that, right?
And it's hard not to take it personally. Believe me, it's so hard. And it's not you're good, you're bad. It's this image is not serving you. And let me tell you why. That's it. Let's keep it moving. Let's get to an image that serves you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Or at least in the same decade, right?
Right. I mean,
It took
right.
me a while. I had to give up my shoulder pads. I'm an 80s, but I did it. So awesome, awesome, Holly. Well, let's go ahead and jump into our power questions we love to ask all our guests. So the first one is, what book has had a massive impact on you?
I mean, this might be, um, cliche, but Eat, Pray, Love is probably the best book I've ever read.
Mm.
And the reason why is because I wish that for all of my clients. That is people's number one issue, situation, block, problem, obstacle is that you're not giving to you. When you don't give to you, your family suffers. And you're so worried about you. This is how I get my moms, right? I stab them right in the heart. You want to give to your kids. You want to be super mom. You don't want to spend this money on you because you want to give everything to your kids and you're not important. It doesn't matter. Believe me, they are seeing you suffering. They are seeing you not feel good about yourself, feeling like you're And that is the image that you're giving to them. And that's the energy, the half energy that you're giving them. Being a parent is the hardest job in the world. They are looking at you 25 hours a day, right? I like to say not 24/7, 25 hours a day. You don't have to feel good every day, but if you feel good and you like the way you look, they're going to want to emulate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just, it takes boys a little bit longer, but I mean, girls want to feel good about themselves. They don't want to feel bad about themselves. But if you feel bad, they're going to feel bad.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, I love that. That's a great book. How about a quote that you live by?
A quote I live by: stop saying you can't because yes, you can.
Mm.
Stop. I mean, I yell at people. I mean, I just, the excuses and the stories that people tell themselves why they can't. Stop saying you can't because only you. Well, I'm this size, so I can't do that. Says who? Who's telling you that? Is there Jesus telling you that you can't wear this because you're this size? I've never heard that in my life, and I'm in the fashion business. So stop saying you can't because yes, you can. You might not like it. You might not be comfortable.
Right.
But stop saying you can't because you know what? You don't know. You don't know what you don't know.
Mm-hmm. Love that. That's so powerful in every arena of our life, right?
Oh, totally.
Super powerful.
I mean, I had a swim coach, quick story, swim coach who I had to get her from post baby, back to normal, and the tears and all that, whatever. And I said, let me ask you a question. If I came to you as an adult and I did not know how to swim, what would you do? She said, well, we'd get you, in the water, and then we put your face in the water, and then we do strut, whatever. I said, it's exactly what I'm doing with you. Okay. You're not looking at that person saying, ooh, it's bad that you don't know how to swim. You're saying, let's get to it. Let's get you comfortable so I can get you in the water and you can learn how to swim. It's the exact same thing. It's just not any different. It's just not.
Love it. Love it. That's fabulous. How about if you could leave the world with one final message, your golden nugget, what would it be?
I mean, my golden nugget is give back to you, whatever that means to you. If that means you take 1 hour a week and put a stop sign on your door and lock the door, and whatever that means for you, if that means meditate for 15 minutes, if that means go to your whatever, go somewhere and sit by yourself. My client yesterday said, I was alone for 20 minutes. I couldn't believe it. I haven't been alone in 4 years. And I said, that is so sad to me. Make sure that you take that time and give back to you, because when you give back to you, that's how you can give to others when everyone's pulling at you.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. That's great. Now, how can we support and be connected with you?
Oh, a million ways. I'm so glad you asked. Please connect with me on Facebook, Holly Katz Styling on Facebook, Instagram, Holly Katz Styling, one word. We have a podcast now, me and my fashion partner in crime. It's called Fashion Crimes Podcast. And it is wear this, don't wear that, but that's not the only thing we talk about. We interview really influential people in the fashion industry. We teach about fashion. We talk about what inspires us. It's really fun. It's great free advice. And that's fashioncrimespodcast.com. And you can email me, Holly at Katz Styling. And, just a lot of people's first step is just talking to me. If you want to talk to me and you're not ready, that's okay. I respect you for not being ready and understanding that you're not ready. But call me. Let's figure out if you are ready.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can grab your freestyle consultation by emailing you, like you said, Holly at hollycatstyling.com, and mention Rise Up For You that you saw her on the podcast, and she will help you. She's amazing. So,
oh, thank you.
Yeah, super, super excited for that. Hopefully a lot of our guests will give you a call because I feel like the conversation really resonated for a lot of people. So
I hope so.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, one last question we love to ask our guests. As you know, we are Rise Up For You. So when you hear that phrase, what does it mean to you?
I mean, exactly that. Stop saying you can't and figure out, bring you back. What is, if you had no family, whatever, if it was just you, what would you be doing? Would you be singing? Would you be dancing? Would you be painting? Whatever. You have to have some form of creative expression. I use that with fashion and style. Whatever your creative expression is, rise up for you and make you matter, because when you matter to you, then you matter to everyone else. And some people don't realize they're not on the top of their list. When they're hearing this, they're like, oh my God, that's me, right? Figure out, buy back your time and make you the most important, because then your family will adopt that same value.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Holly, it's been an absolute pleasure. Love your energy.
Well,
And
thank you.
super excited to have you on the podcast today. Well, there you have it, Holly Katz. Isn't she great? So connect with her, email her. She'd love to give you a free style consult. And I love that she said, give back to you. Right? Give back to you. Sometimes we're so afraid to do that, right? We're taking care of everybody else in our life. But I call it self-care beyond yourself. When you give yourself self-care and you love yourself and you honor yourself, everyone in your life, in your circle of influence sees that and will mirror that, and they honor that. So I love that. Give back to you. That's a wonderful thing. And remember, too, that we are always here to serve you and stand alongside your journey to becoming your best self. So grab your free Becoming Your Best Self kit on our website, riseupforyou.com, or text RISE Podcast to 797979. And as always, be your best.